Good afternoon, everyone. First one, close test. There was a time when people thought of the environment, they thought of its beauty, but now as natural beauty of the earth, that before that what is given earth is singular dash. Earth disappears, V1 yes. In fact, all are V1 yes only. V1 yes, V1 yes, V1 yes. Disappear, disappear means you can't see it, slowly leaving something. Demolish, damage, destroy, same thing. 2, 4 not possible. Answer 1, 3, 5. If you look at the context, earlier how was the environment? People thought of the environment, they thought of its beauty. But now as the natural beauty of the earth, that dash. Earlier beauty was there, now it disappears. Now it disappears. Many people around the world have dash. After have V3 is needed. Many people have dash up to the realities. Backed up. Backed up is nothing but support. They have built up the realities. Have they broken up the realities? Awoken up to the realities means they are able to realize what is truth. They are able to realize what is the truth. Melkodam jarigindi nidra reality ante enti ani. Realized up grammatically wrong because after realized we need an object. So answer 1, 3, 4. What happened to the reality? Supported up, built up the reality, broken up the reality, awoken the reality. Awoken up the reality. Fourth option. Of just how fragile. Fragile means, and today's session, in the morning I said this. Fragile, feeble, frail, vulnerable. So fragile means weak. Of just how fragile our earth actually is. Now slowly people are realizing or they are waking up the reality, up to the reality, what is happening in the reality about the environment. How fragile, how weak our earth actually is. Central to this issue is pollution. One more issue is pollution, which involves the introduction of dash substances. Substances is a noun. I require an adjective. What sort of substances? Propitious, favorable, both same meaning. Propitious, favorable, beneficial, both same meaning. 1, 2, 4. And harmless, positive, harmless, negative. Now, are we going in a positive way or negative way about this particular article? Negative way. So, what sort of substances? Harmful substances. Into the air, land and water. Although pollution has been occurring as the earth's history, it has been occurring never the history. Throughout the history, it is seldom. Seldom is negative. If I have to use seldom here, seldom should come here. Seldom, never should come here grammatically. Forever or nowhere. Answer is throughout. Throughout the history, earth's history, pollution has been occurring in one form or the other form. The rate by which the human species have dashed the amount. The rate by which human species have evolved means grown. They have promoted something. They have contributed to the amount of pollution. Yes. They have encouraged whom? We do not know. Imparted means give education. Impart education. Impart education? No. So answer 1, 3, 4 is also not possible. 1 or 3. So human species, what they have done, they have contributed. They have given a lot of pollution to the environment. They have contributed to the amount of pollution that has entered our environment. Third option, contributed to the amount of pollution that has entered our environment over the dash several hundred years. That is given. Already years, 100 years, noun. I require some sort of adjective. Recent years, ancient years, Depart. Depart means leave some. The train departed means the train left. Arrived is the opposite word. No. Over the past several hundred years? Yes. Are we talking about future? No. Answer 1, 2, 4. For the past several hundred years, far does the earth's inherent ability to heal itself. It far exceeds, maybe, outnumbers. What is the meaning of outnumbers? You know, this Pandavas are how many? 5. And the Kauravas? 100. These 100 Kauravas, they are outnumbering Pandavas, means the number is more. We get more. Our bad thoughts are like Kauravas more, good thoughts are like Pandavas very few. Always bad thoughts outnumber good thoughts. Am I correct? So, outnumbers, no, we are not talking about anything related to number. So far continuous, far expand. We can use expand if it is an object. If there is no object, we can't use expand. Matches. Answer 1, 3, 5. Exceeds. Exceeds means going beyond the limit. Whatever limit is there, going beyond the limit is called exceed. So far exceeds Earth's ability. Expands the ability. We don't expand the ability or continue the ability. Answer is 1. Please explain to me, how is a digital computer different from an analogic computer? Answer. Second one, why? How a digital computer is different from an analogic computer? Why, sir? Why can't I take is? I don't understand why you are sitting silently. If you are using it like a sentence, subject verb should be there. If it is a question, now this is a question. Why are you sitting silently? This is a question. Question means like this. Sentence continuation means this. Question laga aithe ila vaadali, sentence continuation laga ila vaadali. I don't understand why he is keeping the fingers in the mouth. Why he is correct? If it is a sentence, he is. Question, is he? Why is he keeping fingers? This is a question. Why is he keeping fingers is a question. But if I want to frame it as a sentence, I don't understand why he is keeping. So it's a sentence continuation. It's not a question, not ending with question mark. That's why how a digital computer is. And moreover here, 2 is not needed. You can take 2 when there is an object. Please explain the crystallization phenomenon to me. Please explain to me. No, please explain me. Anyways, Bharatpur is transforming into India's most fastest growing bird sanctuary, attracting thousands of rare migratory birds from Europe and Siberia. Answer. When EST is there, do not take most. Fastest EST. It is already in the superlative form. Fast, faster, fastest. You are the most richest. Is it correct? No. For rich, richer, richest. Most is not needed. The police asked each of us about his movements on the night of the crime. Answer. In the night. Next. Anything else? Anything else? Can I take like this? Suppose crime happened on the day, during the day. So the police asked each of us about the crime moments on the day of the crime. Similarly, can I take on the night of the crime? Yes, no. It is okay on the night of the crime. Answer, no error. After toiling very hard, toiling means here sweating out. When you work hard, the sweat will come, that is toiling. When you climb 4 stairs continuously, you get sweat sometimes, that is toiling. But we don't use, even for going down also we don't use. Thanks to the upgradation of the lift is directly coming to 4th floor instead of 3rd. They are doing it for us only, right? After toiling very hard over a long period, he had hardly made no profit at all. He hardly negative, no is negative. Both cannot be used like this. He hardly made any profit at all. He hardly made any profit at all. For example, sir, I do not have no money. So where should I keep? I do not have any money. Do not is equal to like hardly only. Very rarely hardly means negative meaning. It carries negative meaning. So do not use no, use any. The robbers had hardly put the ornaments in his bag than the housewife woke up. Hardly partner is when. WHEN when. Scarcely partner. No sooner partner. Hardly scarcely. When. But the sentence formation is bit reversed, that's it. Now, 13th one. It is regrettable that is widespread corruption in the country at all levels. We should feel guilty because corruption is spread everywhere in the country at all levels. Corruption మొత్తం spread అయింది కాబట్టి మనం గిల్టీగా ఫీల్ అవ్వాలి because we are also part of it. So there is hardly anything that the government can do about it now. Maybe. And there are graft other malpractices too. Now look at this. Here we are talking about corruption and what is saying other malpractices are also there. Maybe I can pair S1 or Q. The impression that corruption is a universal phenomenon persists and the people do not cooperate in checking this evil. What impression do we have? Sir, corruption is everywhere. We can't stop that. It will go on like that. We have this impression. Or yes, recently several offenders were brought to book but they were not given deterrent. Deterrent means strict punishment. Many people were arrested but they were not given any punishment. Can I pair SP? Can P be the conclusion? So there is hardly anything that the government can do about it now. See, people are arrested, court is not able to give punishment, then government, what can government do? So hardly a government what can it do about it now? So this is indeed a great tragedy. So SP will be the conclusion. Do we have SP? No? Check P once. P. Let me check these two ones. What is the second sentence we have seen? S1 and Q. So Q is the second sentence. Follow this order. QSRP. P is definitely the conclusory statement. Duryodhana was a wicked. Wicked means cruel. Cruel prince. One day Bhima made Duryodhana fall from a tree. He did not like Pandavas. Who did not like Pandavas? Maybe Duryodhana. Duryodhana specially hated Bhima. He did not like Pandavas, specially he hated Bhima. So definitely after S1 we can keep Q. Observe this order once. Duryodhana was a wicked prince. He did not like that Pandavas should be in Hastinapur. Among the Pandavas, Bhima was extraordinarily strong and powerful, and Duryodhana hated this Bhima. One day Bhima made Duryodhana fall from a tree from which Duryodhana was stealing fruits. This enraged Duryodhana. What enraged Duryodhana? Enrage means కోపం తెప్పించడం, make somebody angry, గుస్సా దిలానా. See, definitely P is the last sentence here. What enraged him means, what enraged Duryodhana means, this Bhima pulled him down from, means he pushed him from the tree while stealing the fruits. So, third option is the right order. Love for the country is a necessity, but it should no way exceed the limits and take the shape of jingoism. Do you know jingoism? Extreme patriotism, even ready to kill anybody because of patriotism. Extreme patriotism, write down jingoism. Extreme patriotism. Suppose there is a foreigner and you are a jingoist. You look at a foreigner, you will go and you will fight with that fellow. You will say that India does not belong to you, get the hell out of here. That's it. You are a jingoist. Extreme patriotism. So, love for country is necessary, but it should not exceed the limits of the love and take the shape of jingoism, maybe P. Similarly, nationalism has to be sacrificed, not sure. There is no why the nations of the world, there is no reason why the nations of the world cannot treat one another as belonging to one family of nations. See, why can't we people all have same thing? Why don't we treat as everybody has a family member? That's what he's saying. All the nations, why don't they treat as family? Now he's talking about provincialism. Provincialism has to be sacrificed in the interest of the nation as a whole. Now here in both the cases he is saying we have to sacrifice. Can I pair yes Q? Because he's saying, see, provincialism has to be sacrificed. Similarly, nationalism has to be sacrificed. Can I pair SQ? Nope. Yes. Yes. Nope. Nope. Answer is 2 or 3. And P is the ending. P cannot be the ending. R can be the ending. P be the beginning. Third option. Once King Shantanu met a young and beautiful girl. Then what happened? Then what happened? Then what happened? He fell in love with Sudagane. It is there from the period of Mahabharata. Shantanu, father of Bhishma, father of Vichitravirya. You know something about Mahabharata? So, King Shantanu met a young, beautiful fisher girl. He fell in love with the fisher girl. Then what happens? He went to the fisherman and asked him for her hand in marriage. So directly he goes to the house of the girl and asks the father, give her hand in me, I want to marry her. Then what happens? The fisherman agreed to it on one condition. What is the condition? The son of my daughter should be the king. Means, Santana, you are going to marry my daughter and she is a fisherwoman. After getting married, you get children. That fellow, the son my daughter's son should become the king. Because you can marry anybody, you can marry as many people as you want, but son should be my daughter's son. Should be heir to the throne of Hastinapura. The king was extremely sad and returned to his palace. Devrata, the king's son, asked him the reason of. Devrata is Bhishma. Devrata, the king's son, asked him the reason for his sadness. That the king says, The king says the reason, this is the reason I want to marry that girl, but father kept this condition. Then Devaratta Bhishma himself goes to the fisherman's father and says, you need not to worry, I promise you that I won't be the king, I will not come in the middle. Your daughter's son will become the king, I'll make sure that. So order is R, P, S, Q. RPSQ, answer second option. Before the fisherman's daughter is Satyavati, I guess. Before that he married to river what? Ganga, yeah. How many sons? 7 sons should be killed. 8th one will be Bhishma. Yes. Okay. Now spelling mistake. Confidence awarded distinguished intelligence. Distinguish. Stranded, pedestrian, exciting, unprecedented. And there are 2 errors. The 2 guard roads leading and exiting. Okay, exiting, okay. Unprecedented. PRECE. Stranded, correct? No problem. Do you know stranded means? Suddenly floods came. And some people got into the top floor of the tallest building, and they were waiting for help, they're not getting, everywhere floods only, and from the sky all the, what do we call, food relief measures were taken, food is coming from the helicopter, and these people were stranded on the top floor of the building. Waiting for help is called stranded. The people waiting for help is called stranded. And finally helicopters came and they lifted them up from there. Well, nearly 15,000 devotees were stranded at the Tirumala a couple of days ago after TTD sealed off both the pedestrian routes and the twin guard roads leading and exiting Tirumala due to unprecedented means which never happened before. I guess 2 months back, due to rains, floods happened, at Tirumala. Unprecedented. COVID is unprecedented. Considered submission, solicitor, precautions. PRECAUTION, precaution. Comprehension passage, do it on your own. Summer special. Okay, let's do this last section. Fireplace safety, fireplace are root causes, are straight, are separating. See, after separating we never use off. Separation of okay, but separating of no. Preventative maybe, I'm not sure. They are the root cause of many fires every year. It is not that they are straight in charge, they are separating in charge, they are preventative in charge, I'm not sure. However, it is for as much as us to take dash measures. What measures? Preventative measures. That will certainly prevent fires from separating. C, D, D, C. Third option. We must dash children. Initiate children. Initiate means start some process is called initiate. We must immediately children? No. We must consuming? ing? No. We must encourage children? Yes. We must encourage children to avoid the use of plastic bags. If we see someone using it, we must call them out immediately. Never throw away the plastic on the roads. Don't throw garbage. If you have any dust, throw it in the dustbin. That's what he's saying. Never throw away the plastic on the roads as animals die after consuming it. We must come together to initiate ban. ADDA. Fourth option. Earth is the largest inner planet. It is covered 2/3 with water. Earth is the only planet in our solar system where life is possible. Earth's nitrogen, which is rich in atmosphere. Earth's atmosphere, which is rich in nitrogen and oxygen. Yes, nitrogen and oxygen, ABBA. Many stories have also been written to explain to V1, okay. V1 yes, no, ing no, ed no, A is absolutely correct, no need of change. Answer is 2, 3. How staying united and renders, no, how staying united and maintaining cordial relationship with others renders. BC. Last question. Charminar was built and is the culturally of the town. After the noun is needed. The pearls of the town, the geographically of the town, centerpiece of the town, yes. It is the centerpiece of the town, a center for culture, trading center for diamonds, pearls. Because of this season, Hyderabad became important because of this reason, anukunta, not season. For rich history, food, as well as its multilingual culture, both geographically as well as culturally, Hyderabad is famous. What is the question number 1? $20 only, right? According to the Keynes, is the aggregate demand. Demand minus Keynes, sorry, not minus. Aggregate demand. Can you show me where is aggregate demand? Is there? Yeah, got it. This only aggregate demand. Okay, I'll be reading from here. Just about every expert agrees that pumping $1 trillion into a moribund economy will rev up. See, growing up economy is growing the ethereal goods and service engine that Keynes. So goods and services that Keynes called aggregate demand. Goods and service engine. Do we have that? Stimulation short term. Goods and service. Second option. We got it. Let's skip. What do you say? You will not respond, but you want me to explain this. Okay, which of the following is corrective measure? Corrective measure as part of the long-term priorities of Obama. Where is long-term priorities of Obama? Where is Obama? Is he there? Is this only? Obama's goal is to exploit this crisis. This one only? Or above? Here. But he also wants to use, he means Obama only? Yeah. Obama has said speed is his top priority because the faster Washington injects cash into the financial bloodstream, the better it stands to help avert a multi-year slump with a double-digit. So what we need to do, what is his top priority? Inject the cash into financial bloodstream. This is one. And next one, what is he saying? To advance the long-term priorities such as reducing energy use, carbon emissions, cutting middle tax classes, upgrading neglected infrastructure, reining the healthcare costs, eventually reducing the budget deficits. Options. Countering recession through immediate rescue operations, not sure. Reining budget, yes. Creating more sustainable economy. Developing all the sectors. Where else is Obama? Obama's goal is to exploit this crisis in the best sense of the world to start pursuing his vision of greener, farther, more competitive, more sustainable. Sustainable economy, yes. Creating sustainable 2, 3, definitely yes. Rescue operations, developing all sectors. Unfortunately, 21st century Washington has demonstrated an impressive ability to spend money quickly. It is yet to prove it can spend more money, and the chum of one with zeros is already creating feeding frenzy for the ages. So lobsters, lobbyists, and Obama As Obama's aides scramble to assemble something effective and transformative as well as politically achievable, they acknowledge the tension between his desires for speed and reform. Do we have only 2-3? Consider 2-3. Third is also there. If other things are there, show me. John M. Keynes was advocate of which of the following suggestions? What did he advocate? Spending money recklessly during recessions is suicidal. Government stimulus to economy may not help because of red tapes. Did he mention red tape? You know red tape? What is the meaning of red tape? Can somebody tell me? Red tape is official delay. One word substitution. గవర్నమెంట్ ఆఫీసెస్లో ఫైల్కి రెడ్ టేప్తో ఇట్లా కడతారు కదా, రెడ్ క్లాత్, దట్ ఈస్ రెడ్ టేప్. రెడ్ టేప్ మీన్స్, సి వెన్ సంబడీ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఫీలింగ్ వెల్, you take the person to government hospital or private hospital. If you have money, what is your preference? Obviously private hospital. Why? Because the treatment process is speed. In government also they do, but they do very organized according to their protocol manner. That is red tapeism. Happening something very slowly is red tapeism. So did he mention red tapeism? Where is Keynes? John Maynard Keynes, the trendiest and dead economist of this apocalyptic moment, was the godfather of government stimulus. He had the radical idea that throwing money at recessions through aggressive defense spending would revive flat, like resuscitate. Resuscitate is nothing but revive. చనిపోయిన వ్యక్తికి మళ్ళీ ప్రాణం వస్తుందని రిససియేట్ అంటారు. ఎస్పెషల్లీ వెన్ పీపుల్ డ్రింక్ మోర్ వాటర్ వెన్ దే డోంట్ స్విమ్ ఇన్ ద ఆఫ్టర్ ఫాలింగ్ ఇన్ టు ద వాటర్. When people fall into water, they don't know swimming, they drink more water and the hero rescues heroine. You imagine next. Resuscitate, giving life again. So what is he saying? Radical, throwing money at recession through aggressive deficit spending. Government stimulus to aggressive deficit spending is like the money spent during recession won't boost. Spending money recklessly during aggressive deficit spending is likely to be fatal. Fatal means deadly. Exorbitant. Exorbitant means costly. What is he clearly saying? He is clearly saying here, where is it? Throwing money at recessions through aggressive deficit spending would revive. Economy will be revived if you throw money at recessions through aggressive deficit spending. It will revive. Aggressive deficit spending is likely to be fatal. Fatal for economic meltdown, okay. Deadly for crisis. Deadly for crisis means it's positive for humans. Exorbitant spending during recessions is likely to boost economy, yes. Answer 3, 4. The money spent during recession, no. Did he mention exorbitant spending during recession? Consider third option. According to author passage, food stamps, bridge repairs are the projects. Where is that? $1 trillion worth of bad ideas sprawl, inducing highways and bridges to nowhere. Is this one only? Okay. I'm reading from here. It will include a mix of tax cut, aid to beleaguered state and local governments, and spending to address needs ranging from food stamps to computerized health records to bridge repairs to broadband network to energy efficiency programs, all designed to create millions of jobs by the end of 2010. Do not warrant urgent spending, need the least investment, may not have favorable impacts, should not be focused, for there is no use investing them. Answer. Why are we spending there like that? Reducing the budget deficits that exploded under George. Reducing the budget deficits he mentioned. But where did we read that? About here. Obama said is top priority because injects cash into financial. That's not that. It would be smarter still to throw all the money at things we need to anyway, which is the goal of Obama's upcoming American Recovery Investment Plan. It will include recovery reinvestment. Answer? No use invest to have. Do not warrant urgent spending. Need the least investment priority? Yes. May not have favorable negative. May not negative. Should not be negative. And none do not. Answer second option. America's upcoming American Recovery and Reinvestment Plan focus on which of the following? Recovery of debts, pumping money, investing money, and changing the country. Where is it? Just now we have seen. Obama's Recovery Reinvestment Plan include tax cuts and spending to address the needs. Spending money to address the needs. Answer. Investing money, recovery debts, pumping money very liberally in projects that are mandatory. Yes. Investing more money on changing the country. Answer second option. Highways, bridges, ethanol plants are considered by author. What are they? Where are they? Is it the last question? Show me at least where is the last question's hint. Ethanol. Above Obama, below Obama. Which line? See, reinvestment plan is there, above, below. Above, where is it? Which line? Above 600. Ethanol. $1 trillion worth of bad ideas sprawl, including highways, bridges, ethanol plants, pipelines that accelerate global warming. Tax breaks for overly good leveraged McMansion builders and burdensome new long-term federal entitlements would be worse than mere waste. All these would be worse than mere waste. Reasonably appropriate tax saving schemes, imprudent proposals to waste money on, measures that affect environment, tools that are meant for shipping. 3 or 4 answer. Third option. What are the answers? Still anything else? Thank you. If you prepare, if you write exam well, if you do that particular section, then you will get connected. Otherwise you won't get connected. Whatever I say, it will be going beyond your heads. Anta overflow అయిపోతుంది.